When a worker at Red Lobster unloaded a delivery, she discovered an incredibly rare creature.
But before we start, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an upload from us. Also, leave a like right now.
Today, Red Lobster is a chain seafood restaurant with more than 700 sites across the United States, but its beginnings were more humble. The company was founded in 1968 by Bill Darden, who opened a lone eatery with the help of his family in Lakeland, Florida, and the restaurant was to specialize in his favorite cuisine, seafood. According to the company's website, Darden believed that everyone in the US should be able to enjoy the best quality food, however far they are located from the coast. Then, just 2 years later, his restaurant caught the attention of food conglomerate General Mills. With the company's investment behind it, Red Lobster then opened new locations across the country. Red Lobster's menu evolved throughout the 70s and proved a hit with customers nationwide. The restaurant chain's popularity surged at the end of the decade after numerous famous advertising drives. Consequently, by the mid-1980s, Red Lobster was able to establish a site in Canada and devise themed promotional events such as the now traditional Valentine's Day Lobster Fest. Today, Red Lobster operates sites in 11 countries, including Qatar, China, Japan, and Ecuador. Its website adds that the company hires 58,000 staff and is the world's biggest seafood restaurant. Not only that, but the firm also has plans to expand further. The company writes on its website, "We support and follow regulatory efforts that manage fish populations and mandate our suppliers comply with all applicable laws. To achieve this, Red Lobster abides by regulations set out by the Total Allowable Catch Organization, which monitors fish populations and manages fishing quotas." The seafood restaurant chain claims that it is known where every single piece of seafood it serves came from since its inception in 1968. Furthermore, Red Lobster is a founding member of the Global Aquaculture Alliance, and it helped formulate the Best Aquaculture Practices certification. Red Lobster says that it supports total allowable catch regulations which manage the population of fish, and the company also apparently avoids catching at-risk sea life. Meanwhile, staff at the Cuyahoga Falls branch were about to have their own experience of dealing with rare sea creatures when they spotted something unusual among a delivery. You see, what worker Laura Jones had found in the shipment of ingredients was a blue lobster. General Manager Michelle Falconer told Today in July 2020, "At first the lobster just looked a little off, but when we put her in our tank she was this beautiful brilliant color." Naturally, the distinctive blue hue stood out from the other lobsters in the delivery. Anthony Stein, who was a culinary manager at the Cuyahoga Falls establishment, told NPR that same month, "At first it looked like it was fake." You see, staff had sent a picture of their find to him since he wasn't around to see for himself. The lobster that the workers had discovered was of the common American variety. The species is usually a familiar red color, but this one was different. Due to a rare genetic defect, its shell was blue instead of its typical hue. As Stein observed, "It's definitely something marvelous to look at." The workers were certainly taken by the unusual-looking creature and they named it Claude, in honor of Red Lobster's mascot. But if the creature wasn't to become one of the restaurant's delicacies, what would its fate be? Well, employees soon began ringing their contacts to work out what should happen next. At first, staffers apparently made the lobster feel comfortable. Server Angie Helbig explained to NPR, "We kept it in the tank and just made sure that nobody took him in the back for dinner." But they knew Claude couldn't stay there forever, so they reached out to partners across the seafood industry. The blue lobster got acquainted with other crustaceans in its temporary home. And in the meantime, management at the eatery got in touch with the corporate office, which then contacted the Seafood Watch program at the Monterey Bay Aquarium in California. As it happens, Red Lobster is a member of the Marine Life Facility's Seafood Ethics Initiative. What's more, Ohio's very own Akron Zoo is also a member of the Seafood Watch program, and it's this establishment that was nominated as Claude's home. Days later, the blue crustacean was transported to the zoo's aquarium, where staff had prepared a tank for the lobster, and by all appearances, the creature settled in well. Manager of Akron Zoo Animal Care Kathleen Ballog explained to NPR, "Staff sprung into action. They prepared a suitable area and made a cage so the lobster would feel comfortable." She then drove to Cuyahoga Falls with a coworker and a large cooler filled with cold salt water to collect the zoo's newest addition.